What comes to mind when you hear the name Junior Galette? I'm hoping whatever that is, it changes a little bit after watching this. Let's go. Who dat, everybody? SaintJohnButler here, and we got a good one for you. Junior Galette. Now, I know you probably have some preconceived things in your head about, who he is or what he's about. But stick with this one till the end. You might be surprised at some of the things he has to say about not only his story, but about his relationship with the Saints. And before we jump into it, don't forget to hit that promo code JohnButler for SeatGeek.com. Save yourself $20. And also, I got a merch line. Probably on the next video, I'll probably be wearing some of it. It hasn't showed up yet, but in the meantime, let's jump right into the questions. For the first one, I asked Junior what it was like transitioning from a kid from Haiti into being an American citizen.
It was awful. It was probably one of the, I feel like it was one of the experiences that made me who I am today, to feel, to just be motivated and feeling like I wasn't even part of this planet. When I first came to this country, I felt like I wasn't even part of just like this world. You know what I'm saying? Coming from a third world country, no running water, no electricity. Like, I felt like, you feel so you're happy, but at the same time you're like, what the fuck? Why is this like this? Mm-hmm. So it was a happy but still a feeling of motivation to actually learn how to speak the language and just take over whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? At that time, at a young age, 19 years old, I just obviously wanted to play basketball or football. So I think kids wouldn't even let me play with them because I couldn't speak English. So I had to learn to speak it, you know what I'm saying, so I could just play. So I made an emphasis to, read more books and watch Barney's, Barney's and Friends more. Like that, like Sesame Street. This is a true story, dude.
Next, I asked Junior what it was like transitioning from being a captain on the Saints to being released in such a short amount of time.
It meant everything to me. You understand? Like, because I knew going in there undrafted what it took to become a player, become like the face of the defense. Like, the process you got to go through in the NFL ranks, you understand, as an undrafted guy to go to a team that just won the Super Bowl and become a team captain is a legendary process, and it's a tough one that anybody can go through. So, to me, to get all the way to the top of the hill and get shot down, for basically something I felt like I was doing, and just because I had I feel like, at that time I was not prepared mentally for them to release me. It was too much of an attachment to New Orleans.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I was not ready mentally to handle that type of rejection. You understand? Because it was like, there's no one that goes through that ring just like I did. You know what I'm saying? To make everything about New Orleans, even, I got it tatted on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I just knew in my head, I'm like, I'm here. There's no way. But, you know what I'm saying? That video came out. They said this was just too much and it'd be a lot of backlash. But nothing really happened. I never got suspended for the video. So it's crazy.
Thank you for sticking with the video this long. Hopefully you'll give it a like. In any event, we're going to jump into the last one, and this one's a little long, but it's definitely worth the time. Junior Galette talking about the regrets he has, specifically with New Orleans.
I definitely have a regret. What the hell? I was just on a fucking damn near $50 million deal. I'm the captain of the Saints, and I don't have a job. So for me to sit here and be like, I don't have regrets is crazy. Yeah. I'd be insane to sit here and say that I don't wish I was on New Orleans still in 7-1. I feel like leaving New Orleans, like, my life has been on a downward spiral since, because I just wasn't able to handle that adversity that I feel like the universe was bringing on to me. And if I was able to handle that adversity, the Saints would have signed me at the beginning of the season, because I would have never done any talk bad about the Saints after I left. I was just so hurt emotionally and mentally. It was just like, it was literally like, it was. I compare it to like a relationship, you know what I'm saying? It was legit like your girlfriend telling you like she doesn't want you anymore, and and you literally did everything to get this girl. You know what I'm saying? I just told you 14 other teams called me, and free agency to go over. I had the choice to go to 14 other teams.
Yeah. It is like a relationship. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so for me to be so in love, I fell in love with the Saints just watching them fucking kill. Well, I don't want to say that. I just the game that made me fall in love with them is just watching them do what they did to Brett Favre in that NFC Championship game. I was like, no, there's no other team I want to play for. This defense is crazy right now. Like, they're just hitting people lights out. It was just ridiculous. They had like 42 takeaways that year.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, so at that time it was like, but yeah, I can't sit here and tell you I have no regrets, dude. Like, I went on to Redskins and was, I felt like I was dominating in camp, was going crazy. I felt so motivated to prove that the Saints made mistakes that I held on to that. You know what I'm saying? And anytime you hold on to anger and bitterness, it's only going to affect you. It's not going to affect the person that you're angry and bitter towards to.
Yeah, I get it.
And I was literally angry and bitter towards the whole city of New Orleans, as if it was their fault. I was the situation I was in. It was my fault. It was me who surrounded myself with the type of people that I was surrounding myself with, and it was me that took actions on to protect people in a certain scenario. You understand? And if we want to talk about it, like, anybody who's put in that scenario, I mean, of course, if I would go back, hell no. If I was on that beach, I would fucking run. Like, that was crazy. But yeah. I felt like I had to protect my friends. And if you go back and watch the video, that's exactly what I was doing. And that's just my loyalty being a fault. I'm loyal to a fault. And it is what it is. I learned my mistakes, and I'm humble from it. But that's like, it is 5 years ago. So for them, at that time, for them to release me in 2015 for a video I have in 2013, for me to feel like I was, defending my friends, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I regret it and wish that never happened. But, I mean, everybody has demons in their closet. So, I mean, let he who to judge me, let him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Let him catch the first stone if you want to judge me. So, like I said, but at that time, it was too much hurt emotionally and mentally. Like, everything. If you follow me, you would know that I've been one of the fan favorites for a long time. You know what I'm saying? No one had went through the ranks of going undrafted, becoming team captain, and getting rewarded a Hodge. Like, nobody's done that. So, you know what I'm saying? I always had an emotional attachment to the New Orleans. So when the New Orleans, I got a call that, and the call was from Mickey Lewis that, or you're not going to Greenbrier. I was like, what are you talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? I didn't even believe it. I called him back. I called him like, Mickey, he just called me, so I'm confused. Called him back, so that's how much of a shock I was.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for sticking with it. Who dat, everybody? Hey, listen, we're getting closer to the goal. 500 subs by the end of the year. We're almost to 400 now. Keep pushing, keep building that community. I appreciate all the love. Who dat, everybody? Before you jump off, as you just heard Junior Galette talking about, he didn't always make the best decision. You've got a decision to make right now. There. I mean, there's no bad decision either way, so have at it. Who dat?